Ever wonder what a twin bed setup on Virgin Voyages cruise lines looks like? That's what I'm going to be showing you today on the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and this is a long weekend, so I am here on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady for a Dominican Days cruise, and I am staying with my mom. And so we've got a twin bed setup here in the Sea Terrace cabin 10050Z. Now a sea terrace, if you're on another cruise line, you may call it a balcony room or veranda room. It is simply just that, just their balcony cabin where you have a balcony that you can walk out on and enjoy their wonderful hammock, which I'm going to show you here in a second. The Z at the end of the 10050Z is also important here. It means that I am staying on the starboard side. If I was staying on the port side of the ship or the left side of the ship, it would have an A behind it. The numbers are very different, so it's not like you're going to have a same number ship on with an A behind it, or same number cabin with an A versus a Z, but it's really helpful if you're getting off the elevator bank and trying to decide which direction you want to go, so you don't have to walk two different hallways to get to your stateroom. So let's jump on into stateroom 10050Z, a sea terrace stateroom on board Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. All right, everybody, so we are now outside of 10050Z. That Z again is very important. So you're going to see that this is how you find your stateroom that you're going to be going to. They have a unique system here where you're going to have they call it a wearable, or it is a bracelet. I personally choose not to wear it. That's why I have it just holding in my hand. But to get into your room, you're going to put this little thing here up against the receiver, and it's going to turn green so that you can walk into your stateroom. It also has a doorbell there at the top, so I don't know if you all noticed that or not. It's actually quite loud, which I appreciate. So if somebody's coming to visit you, they can easily just press the button and boom, you will know that they are here, versus a knock that could be in any room. You will know exactly where it is. So here is the setup of a twin bed in a sea terrace cabin on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. So you'll see that, you know what, it is a decent sized room when you do this. I actually like it when you do it this way, because when you have the two beds at that odd angle, it does open up a little bit more of the space. If you had both of them going straight, and with this being a king, that area in between the TV you see and walking by the bed is really tight. So this actually kind of helps out a little bit with that. You're going to have, this isn't necessarily a nightstand. I mean, you can actually sit on this. You've got more of the nightstand up there, but it's a tray that goes over the foam. The reason they do it like this is this right here will also double as the couch. So you can go into the app and request this to be converted into a couch. We're keeping it as double beds because when you convert it to a couch, your beds go away, and we like to take naps. So we like to keep our beds throughout the day, but you can go into the app, which I'll show you in a second, grab your stateroom attendant, let them know. They are glad to come and help you out. They're also going to give you a few bedding options. So the first one is they give you this really nice throw here that I am a big fan of. It's nice, especially if it's a little bit cooler in your room. We've not really had that problem in this cabin. It's been on the warmer side, I would say, which is one of the downsides of this comforter. So they only give you a comforter to sleep on. We personally requested a duvet cover without the comforter in it, so we would actually have a sheet, so we would not have to be hot the entire night, because just the duvet does get a little bit warm. One awkward thing about the way these twin beds are set up is you're going to have my head, I've been sleeping here, and Mom's head is right there. So we are side by side. We've been putting the little red pillow here in between the two of us, just to give a little bit of separation so my pillows don't sneak back and kind of start taking over her area. But it does give you this nice space here in the middle. The tray here is movable, so this wooden structure can move. You see that I've got my Manta sleep mask on it, though I haven't really needed that much because this room gets really dark when the drapes close, and I'll show you how to do that with the app here in a second. It's electronic. You're going to have lights up above. All the lights in here change colors and do all sorts of different things, so you definitely want to make sure you're playing with the iPad when you come in. On each side of the bed, so on the left and the right, you're also going to have two USB-A adapters, so if you want to plug in and charge, you can do that. You're also going to have a US power plug that's going to be there that you can use, and I have plugged up my 10-foot power cord, which I love going on cruises with, because my slogan is you can never make a cable longer, but I can make that one shorter. And it will stretch over here to my side table, so I still have my phone beside me and it's not on the bed with me. So even though it looks like I'm really close to it, I'm not actually using that. Here's a hidden feature to this room that if you look below the beds, these are actual drawers. Maybe it's not that one, but the one over here do actually pull out. So if you need additional storage space, maybe you're on a longer voyage, you can pull those out and store things below them. The chair here, it's not the most comfortable in the world. It's a wide chair. But that cushion to me just never sits really good. I'll put the white pillow that you see there on the bottom and I'll sit on that, which isn't horrible at that point. All of the chairs throughout Virgin Voyages are really deep. So you want to make sure that you're finding seats with pillows to just make them a little bit more comfortable. I'm gonna go ahead and call out the curtains here because I really like the design on these. If you can see, they've got a little bit of a color change to them, which is just really neat. And then you're gonna have the electronic shade behind it. So I'm not gonna pull that because I don't wanna mess up the system, but I'll show you how to use that here in a little bit. Coming over to the other side, you'll see the desk lamp, which is also controlled by the iPad, and you're gonna have water in your room every single day. So they keep this water full, and I assume that it is a filter water. It's coming from somewhere, but they're constantly checking it, seeing if you need more. You can also request more of that in the app, and you'll see that I've got some leftover cookies back there. For up here, this also gives you, if you don't want to use the app, you can open and close the blinds with these buttons here, and you can turn the lights off with this one, and there's another switch on the other side of the bed, so you don't have to use the iPad for the lights. I just think that the iPad makes it a much better experience. I left my laptop up on the counter because I wanted to show you all how small this desk is. And once again, we are returning to these stools. So cruise lines apparently are not investing in proper chairs these days, which in this space, honestly, it probably would not have fit very well. But the angle of this desk makes it really difficult to work from. You'll find yourself probably turning this and working at this angle to put yourself on the straight angle or the straight edge of the desk so that you have a little bit more space and your wrists aren't very awkward while they're up there. Now let's come up here and talk about this iPad here. This has a lot of features on how you're going to navigate the room. So turn your TV on and off, lights on and off, and curtains. You can close them or open them. You see they've got symbols for all of those. Down at the bottom, you're going to start out with your room control. So I'm just going to click onto it. I'm trying to get to room controls. All right, so room controls is not popping up. Entertainment on here. It is kind of like an in-flight network or in-flight entertainment system. So all the movies, you don't have pay-per-view on the ship. If you see a movie, you can watch it and there is no additional charge. Scroll down, you're going to find some of the live TV here. It is very limited. You've got BBC and ESPN 1 and 2. That's it. Those are your live channels. So hopefully you like a lot of the shows that they have here. They do have TV series as well, though it looks like I can't get mine to work too well right now. They can be buggy. I think most apps on Virgin Voyages are pretty buggy, including this. Ours didn't work when we came into the room and we had to request a new one or for somebody to come and fix it. And then underneath, you're going to see that there are additional power outlets. This is where you're going to have your European plug, 2 American plugs, and 2 USB-A plugs, one of which is being used to charge my iPad that we have up here. Here is the full-length mirror. Hey everybody, I say full-length mirror. This is kind of a partial mirror. I am taller than this mirror, so you can't see it because of the angle of the camera, but if I come up, my head gets chopped off when I'm looking at this mirror. So not a huge fan of this mirror. I have to do this number, but such is life. The TV, I don't think that this swivels. It does not. It is mounted on there. If you are coming in between this section, just make sure you're not grabbing onto the TV to support yourself. Don't want you ripping that off of the wall. And then you're going to have the actual full-length mirror, hey everybody, that you can use there. Coming over here to the closet is fully exposed. So you can pull the drapes here and you can close that up. I traditionally do not do that. We've been leaving it open. Number one, the suitcase is going to stick out a wee little bit. And it's just, you want to get to your clothes when you want to get to them. Normally, I will pull those. You're going to have your life vest stored up above. You're going to have another full-length mirror over here. You're safe, and you're going to have some really shallow drawers. Like, the socks are almost too thick to fit into this drawer. They get a little bit bigger when you go further down, but the drawers here, not much to write home with. And you will find your hairdryer in here that's been doing a really good job. One thing to note about this hairdryer versus other cruise lines, you don't have to press and hold the button. You just turn it on and it's on. So let's talk about where we are on this ship. So this gives us a great map. We are on deck 10, which I've been really pleased with. This directly in between the pool deck and the galley where you can get food, or going down to deck 7 and deck 6 where all the, I'll call them specialty restaurants, their traditional restaurants are on the ship. The coffee shops and things like that. It's also in the aft part of the ship. So if you want to come to the aft elevators, you can do that. or you can go to the midship elevators, a little bit more of a walk, but it's not a bad location at all. We've been really pleased with the location of this room. Coming into the bathroom, it's teeny. Like, there's just no way that I can not talk about it being teeny. If you want to rest your arm on the counter while you're using the bathroom, you can certainly do that. There is space for that as well. They're going to bring you towels. We've ordered a few extra washcloths, but it's limited counter space, and that's something that I am huge on. I think they probably could have made the sink a little bit smaller to accommodate more, but you wind up, I'm living out of my toiletry bag. When I need something, I bring it up and put it up above because there's just no other storage. So I'll scroll down just to show you a little bit more of the space down here. So if you bring things in bags, it makes it a wee little bit easier to move those. The mirror does not open up. But if you come into the shower, I actually really do enjoy their showers. The main reason is the water pressure and the heat. So you will have the rain shower up above if you're a rain shower person. I personally am not. But you've got this wand over here which has fantastic pressure that you can turn on. I have really been enjoying using the wand. The pressure on it's fantastic, the heat. You're gonna have hair wash, hair conditioner, and body wash. I don't think these are the best of products, quite frankly. Just in my opinion, the hair conditioner is a little on the thin side. So I'm probably still gonna wind up using my own when I come back. But wanted to show you all what it is here. It is Red Flower. I don't know if that's a brand. I've never heard of it, but it is there. And I've given other cruise rooms grief over not having a door that solidly connects and keeps water out, but this one is a perfect door. This is not moving at all, and water is not seeping through, which is fantastic. The temperature here can actually be done with your iPad as well. So if the room controls button would have worked, I could have showed you how to do that on the iPad, but here you can adjust that as well, and it syncs up with your iPad. We've left it all the way down on the bottom for this trip, and it's still been a little bit warm in here at night, especially with those comforters. But get a duvet without a comforter in it, and you'll be in much better shape. I also did not show you all the fridge. They do have a teeny little mini fridge here. It's nothing really to write home about, but it is here if you need something that you can store. You can get a few things in there, but not a lot, I would say. And then the prized possession that I love the most about a sea terrace room is going to be the hammock. Now, all right, so might I just say that in the summertime months, I forget that the humidity kicks up here in the Caribbean, so the camera fogs up, but here you have your outdoor balcony or the actual terrace to your sea terrace room. Now, the balcony here is a good size, but if you put your legs up in the swing, you're going to take up a good bit of that. I traditionally have been resting my legs on these metal chairs. If you're sitting on the metal chairs, make sure you are bringing out a pillow if you're going to sit for a long period of time. They are not comfortable. It is sitting on a metal chair. Wish the coffee table was a wee little bit bigger, but it gets the job done. The hammock is also showing a little bit of sun damage. I mean, I can only imagine how easily cloth is going to deteriorate sitting out here in the Caribbean day in and day out. So it still sits fine. It just looks like it's a little faded, that's all. But it sits amazingly well. If you walk out to see what the actual views are of your stateroom, you're going to look over to one of my favorite areas there, which is on deck 7. That is an outdoor seating area, and you can walk from the back of the ship to the front of the ship going by the lifeboat or the survival crafts. There's not much of a view there. And then you can come back to the dock back here, which is another favorite place. If you want to grab some good food, that is a good spot to go. The grilled octopus is fantastic. So that is the Sea Terrace 10050Z here on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. It is a smaller room, but it's a decent sized room. So if you want to get it, make sure you're taking some of those tips and tricks to make sure you're getting the best out of this stateroom category. Or maybe you say, Brenda, I want a little bit more space. You're not going to get any space in the actual room, but if you want a bigger bathroom, I highly recommend checking out the Sea Terrace XL. It may well be worth the money. The bathroom there is amazing, and you can check out this video to show you what one of those rooms looks like. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a Weekend Cruise soon.